Every diagram, every animated graphic, every mockup you're about to see in this video, I didn't design a single one of them. I typed a sentence into an AI chat tool and it built the actual visual, ready to screen record. No templates, no stock footage, no After Effects. Today, I'm walking you through the exact process, step by step, so you can do this for your next video tonight. I'm Rich B. Let's get straight into it. Here's where most creators get stuck. You've got a script, you know exactly what you want the viewer to see at a certain line. Maybe it's a comparison, maybe it's a process, maybe it's just something visual to stop them from staring at your face for 6 minutes straight. But you've only got 3 options, and honestly, they all suck a little. Hire a motion designer, costs money, takes days. Dig through stock footage sites, never quite matches what you actually meant. Learn After Effects yourself. That's a whole other skill, and you don't have the weekend. So most people just don't. They leave the visual out or slap in a generic stock clip that barely fits. There's a fourth option nobody's talking about yet. Let me show you. You don't need to know how to design anything. You need to know how to describe what should happen on screen in plain English, like you're explaining to a friend. Here's the exact move. Take any line from your script, say something like, our data shows engagement drops after the 3rd slide. Instead of trying to find a stock clip for that, you go to Claude and type something like, I have this line in my script, engagement drops after the 3rd slide. Can you build me a simple animated chart showing engagement declining with the 3rd slide marked? That's it. That's the whole brief. You're not specifying colors, fonts, animation curves, none of that. You're describing the idea and letting Claude handle turning it into an actual visual. And here's the part that surprises people. It doesn't just describe a chart to you. It builds a real working one right there that you can actually use. This works for way more than charts too. Comparisons, before and afters, step-by-step processes, fake app interfaces, diagrams. If you can describe it in a sentence, you can actually get a visual for it. But knowing how to ask is only half of it. The other half is what you actually ask for, because there's a specific format that makes this 10 times more useful for editing. Here's the upgrade almost nobody uses. Don't ask for a picture. Ask for something that plays itself. When you request your visual, add this to your prompt. Make it a self-playing animation, something that runs through the whole sequence on its own when I open it so I can screen record it. What you get back is a file, usually HTML, that you open in your browser like a web page. And when it loads, it doesn't just sit there. It animates through the entire sequence automatically, text fills in, bars grow, elements move, on their own, no clicking required. So your actual workflow becomes stupidly simple. Open the file, hit record on your screen recorder, refresh the page, let it play through once, stop recording. That's your visual. Drop it straight into your timeline. No keyframing, no manual animation, no sitting there dragging a playhead around trying to time things right. You're just capturing something that was built to run itself. And if the timing's slightly off for your voiceover, too fast, too slow, holds too long, you just go back and ask for that specifically. Which brings me to the part that actually makes this usable long-term, because your first result is very rarely your final result. Here's where most people quit too early. They ask for one visual, get something okay but not great, and assume that's just what that tool does. The truth, your first version is just a draft. The real workflow is 2 or 3 rounds of feedback, same as working with an actual designer. So if what comes back is too busy, too cluttered, or just feels off, say exactly that, not make it better. That's too vague. Be specific. This feels too childish, make it more elegant and minimal. Use my brand colors instead. Here's the palette. There's too much text. I want this to be more visual. The specific element is missing or broken. Can you fix that? Each one of those gets you a meaningfully better version in under a minute because you're not starting over. You're just refining. 3 rounds like that and you'll usually land on something that looks like it came from an actual design agency. The mistake is expecting the first draft to be the final one. It almost never is, and that's fine because refining is fast. A few honest limits before you go build your whole video this way. It will not, and should not, recreate real logos or copyrighted material, brand logos, characters, that kind of thing. If you ask for that, a good tool will tell you no, and that's actually protecting you from a legal headache down the line, not something to work around. It'll also sometimes misjudge tone on the first try. What it thinks is clean might look childish to you, or what it thinks is exciting might feel like too much. That's normal. That's what the feedback loop from Trick 3 is for. And to be clear, this isn't replacing a motion designer on a big budget production. It's replacing having no visual at all, which, let's be honest, is what most of us were doing before. So that's the whole method. Describe the visual in plain English, ask for something self-playing so you can just screen record it, and treat the first result as a draft, not the final product. If this saved you from opening After Effects even once, hit subscribe. I break down workflows like this every week so you can build smarter, not harder. I'm Rich, and I'll catch you in the next one.